right, now we're live. Let's see here.
Class
Okay.
stop. Hi guys, good morning. This is Vinney Chopra right here coming from Black Hawk, California, and Beau, the number one great TV star and the greatest mortgage lender in the world, right here in the Bay Area. Hey, we are coming live to you every Friday, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. to really rock your world, to really make sure that we take massive action and that we put so many great things in our life, in our business to take it to the next level. Of course, it's a more predominantly investing show, a real estate, commercial, and residential real estate show that Beau and I put together. Thank you so much for joining. We are very excited to come to you live 10 a.m. Please put your notifications on your phones, on your computers, on your iPads, in your mind, in your calendar, everything. Don't miss it. Hi, Beau. How are you today? Good morning.
I'm doing great. I every morning, same routine, wake up and hit the gym, and that starts my day. What I notice is that if you have your morning rituals, it keeps you on track. And that's, for me, I need that. I need that to get the body moving. I have a same warm up I do every morning, and that's really been helping me. And I stay on my diet, and I feel just 10 times better. So it's good.
Joe, Beau, I want to let you know, you look so awesome, man. Everybody who is around you, I bet they feel the same way. Your physique, your demeanor, your attention, your focus. I've been impressed. I've known you for 2.5 years or so, and you're an amazing person. And especially when you hunker down and you put your, like you said, in the morning, it's so important to get up in the morning and have a routine. Actually, I just came back from 11 days of travel. My book came out, as you all know, and met with a lot of great people. Hopefully, we'll talk about that today a little bit. It was exciting, but I really missed my morning routine. I want to share that. And probably a lot of people who are watching us or will be watching us or listening to us, they would also probably feel the same way. We get sidetracked many times, right? We do in life. A lot of things come, but the greatest people, the successful people, always try to do the things that unsuccessful people don't want to do. That is the real reason why you are where you are, where I am, and so forth. So I just was so excited to get on the elliptical this morning and do the miracle morning this morning. It was amazing. I was on the top of the world. I told Kanchan, my wife, you know what? I was missing so much chanting and yoga and listening to, Hanuman Chalisa, which I do in my culture, religion. And, the exciting part was that I got to meet a person, exciting guy, Hal Elrod, there in Dallas. That's that's a new book, by the way, The Miracle Equation. And again, we don't get paid any money or anything, but I just want to promote Hal. He's what a guy he is. And of course, Miracle Morning also is his book. And a lot of our listeners, watchers should really get into that. It will change their life. It will transfer their life for the better. And that's what this show is about, right, Beau?
That's right. That's right. It's really comes down to keeping consistent every day. You work towards your goals, and in anything in life, that's what we have to do, and that's what we were just talking about by my workouts, right? It's like, if I can just stay the course, and I think it all starts with the workout in the morning. If you can do that every morning, and get a good night's sleep, you're ready to just crush it, and you're ready to bring your energy for the day. And that's what, at your age, you got more energy than 20-year-olds, right? Because you're excited about what you're doing, you're excited for life. And I think that we all need to get that excitement back. If we've lost it, we got to be excited. I always say, we got to wake up excited. If you're not waking up excited, there's something missing in your life.
You hit the nail. Oh my gosh, you just touched something very soft spot. I retired many years back, maybe 5 years back or so now. But the thing is, I'm more excited and more, up and up, and I'm getting up at 4:30 and 5 o'clock, where I used to wait for the alarm clock to wake me up at 7 o'clock in my, W2 job. A lot of people might be listening and watching us, might be in that same boat. What you said is so right, Beau, because we need to be passionate about what we are doing. It's a short life. I talk about that. On a cosmo in the dinosaur timeline, if we say millions of years on a piece of paper, I don't know how long that line be, but we'll be like a dot, just a small dot, living here for 90 years or 80 years or whatever our life is. I know it's going to be 130, 140 years with the little kids born now, with all this, technical progression and everything. But, we might live to 100 also. So one is never too late. It's never too late to really determine in your life, today's the day. Today's the day that I'm going to change. I'm going to change for the better today. I'm not going to wait. I don't want to worry about what happened in my last 20 years, 30 years, or like yesterday. Don't worry about it. We cannot change it. We just cannot change it. So why to worry? And then don't worry about the future. A lot of things that our conscious mind think about. See, that's the biggest culprit in our life. Conscious mind is the biggest culprit. Unconscious mind is the biggest friend. And we can train our unconscious mind for the better. A lot of times we worry about so many things in life, they never happen. 87% of those things, those stresses, those strains, the things that take us to different places every day, we are not focused. We take wandering generalities and all that, so we shouldn't worry about it. But the biggest thing is you can make a decision today. Myself, I'm going to grow tomorrow, but what you want to come tomorrow is very important, isn't it?
Oh, totally. Now let's dive in. Let's dive into your trip. Let's first dive into the multifamily summit you went to. There was a lot of big multifamily syndicators there. What were your couple takeaways from the event, and kind of like give us a little like overview of the event and what you liked about it?
I would love to, Bo. We miss you there, buddy. Miss you. I know our friend Mario was there, Eric Lawson was there, Case was there, and a lot of other people. Ola, John Rusen, who has joined my company now full time as a business advisor. I'm very proud to have John on board, and all of other, very very good people were there. There were 558 excited, like-minded people there at Michael Blank's. I want to really give credit to Michael Blank for inviting me to be there on the stage on a panel on the road to 10,000 multifamily units. I feel humbled that I was invited to be in that panel, and we really crushed it. There were lots of great speakers, to be truthful, lots of them, to name a few right now. But the exciting part was these were like-minded people, syndicators, investors, students who are, trying to get their first deal. Vendors were there, loan people were there, insurance people were there, cost segregation people were there. Just tremendous people. A lot of great podcasters were there. A lot of great authors were there. And like I said, Hal was there and so forth. So overall view, I would say, is positive. We are finding that multifamily investing is here to stay, because our country, USA, and even around the world, it's becoming a renter's nation. A lot of people are renting more now, especially millennials and all. And that was the really truth. A lot of great ideas were shared about social media, about how to grow your business, how to really implement different systems and apps, which was very, very exciting for me too. I learned a lot also myself. The key thing was, hey, bro, I'm humbled. I'm really humbled. There were 558 people. This was the first conference I went to in 5 years. Oh my gosh, silly me. 5 years, I did not go to any boot camp, any conference. I always thought I have the deals and I have the money. From my group of investors, I don't need to go there. But I have a different perspective. I have a total different perspective after this conference last week in Dallas, because it's great to be amongst a lot of great people around you and give your energy. And a lot of people said that, Vinny, you're the smile of commercial investing in USA. I thought that was so interesting how they said it. Everybody was so excited to meet me, and I thank every single one. They gave me gifts. They had me autograph my book. I mean, they were just taking pictures with me. I couldn't take it. I mean, I was telling my wife, I said, man, I'm a little celebrity here, and actually, so it was a wonderful trip in Dallas, 3 days. And we had some very good mastermind sessions, dinners, luncheons, and kudos to Michael Blank. And Michael said that, Vinny, I want to put you even bigger stage next year. And that's exciting, not just on a panel, but he'll let me kind of excite the, member base there. That'd be
Oh,
great.
very cool. Now you also went to Boston, New York, and a couple other places. What were you going for meetings? What was that about?
Okay, good point. As you know, my academy is growing. Hundreds of students are applying now to be in my academy. We are very choosy. They have to apply for mentorship and fill out questionnaires. Then John, my business advisor, screens them and everything. Then we have meetings with them, where they have been and how well they have done so far. We are taking very selective people now into, because my name is on the line. So what I found was, I went there to Boston to excite the investors base of my students. That's what I want to say. My students who are very successful. Anand, I might mention his name, not the last name, but I mean, he's got $9 million worth of portfolio in single family, 6 units, 8 units, 12 units. He took me to his office, and we just hit code like crazy, crazy, crazy good, being together for 7, 8 hours. And now we have started some channels of business. He wants to get to 1 billion. I want to help him to get to that 1 billion. I know he will. He's so talented person. And he's just, I want to put you in touch with him, because he's looking in the emerging market where you are also. And
Mhm.
he's flying there on his business every week, all paid for by his company, the company he works for, all over the world. He travels, and he was thinking, should he leave the W2 job? And I showed him, no, he should not. But we should use different people, CFOs, under his different companies to run all these companies. And we are just digging it together. And I'm also working with him on some partnerships. So that was great. Anyway, then Mark, another student of mine in Boston, was very fascinated, very excited. He took me to the ball game also, Fenway Park, and we really hit chord there. Then I went to New York. New York was amazing. Oh my gosh. My investor base and student base there, and also my team members, they had put together some great mixers. And I think some people traveled 2 hours to meet me there. I was humbled. I can't tell you how humbled I am, because they traveled to meet for that mixer for 2 hours, and I had personal time with them. Then another mixer had 200 people show up the next day, and that was exciting. And then the biggest highlight, if I may say to my audience, and Beau, to you, the biggest highlight was, we were on 60th floor, 60, in Manhattan, with the founders of Greystone Lending Group. As you know, they are one of the top 10 in the nation to give Fannie Mae loans and Freddie Mac loans. And plus, they also give out $2-3 billion B, with a B, of their own money into all these different commercial projects. So we were 1 hour with them, and we were able to excite them who we are as a team. My partners, Enzo Multifamily, Sapan was there. Then Rohan, myself, Devon, our new Silicon Valley startup that we have already started. Devon was there, and Jay, our wonderful partner and the general contractor, was there. So we were able to talk about so much things happening in the ecosystem of multifamily and loans. You're in the loan, Paul. You should have joined me, buddy.
I know, I know, I missed out. I
Oh
missed out. Let's talk about what I see that you're doing that's working very well is you're really connecting with people and power partners, right? And I think you do that better than anybody I've seen. And I think that you know, we all have certain skill sets, we all have certain connections in life, but what you're good at doing is you're good at finding talent and then working with them and then bringing them up, and helping people that have talents. They might not have the same success level as you, and I think that's so important as you're growing your business, right? Is to connect and scale and align your business practices with other partners.
You're so right, Bo. I'm just so fired up. I think we have so many great people around us. If we just sit down, just take thinking time. I mean, I have done a lot of studies where, people say, I spend so much time, I'm busy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I hope anybody listening or watching us, please write it down on a piece of paper. How did you spend your last 24 hours? Please do that exercise. That will do wonders for you, because by just putting it down, how much time you were, again, getting ready and how much time you were in the car, waiting or driving, all this traffic, how much time you were taking care of the, emergencies in your business. I call it critical emergencies. How much time were you in front of the prospect or investors or people who are going to write you a check, and how much time did you spend with yourself, and how much time did you exercise and eat and all that, right? And how much time you spend with your family. Oh my gosh, that's so very important. So if we break all these periods of time down, two very important things will show up. One is going to be how little, listen the word little time we all spend in progressing our business. How much little time we spend in front of one-on-one prospects, or sending the proposals, or calling them, or setting up appointments. That is the real key to success in life, in business, because if we do the major activities which are going to give us major results, then we'll have more time with the family and balance in life. That's very, very big. But thank you for saying that I can network with people, very nicely. It's just my nature. I want to give the best of me every single day. But one thing I'd like to say, I want to share something that I learned many years back. I think it was in the book Built to Last, a beautiful book, Built to Last. And there they were saying, never, ever, ever settle for the word or. They said, just change that word from or to and, A-N-D. What I mean by that? What I learned was that our capacity, human capacity, is so much more, that we are only using 7% of our capacity in our lifetime. 7 to 10%. 90% is hidden. We don't really use that potential. We have it. So essentially, everybody listening to us or watching us, boy, I can't speak. They should really use the word and. What do I mean by that? I can do this and this and this and this and this and this. Not say I can only do this or this. Never really limit yourself, because if we have our mind say I can do this, how long it's going to take me to do this activity, or this results I'm going to get, or I want to start this company, how much time it's going to take me in my lifetime, in a day. I can get this going with a great CFO, Chief Financial Officer or Operating Officer, COO, to run this company for me. How much will it take me to hone in and find the right person to do this COO, this company, and this company, and this company? That's how this life is about. We should be starting many, many companies, many, many businesses, rather than getting stuck in W2 job.
That's a good point. And I think what I heard, which is a good takeaway, is that most of us out there are spending 80-90% of our day doing non-money making activities, and we wonder at the end of the year why we haven't made any progress.
Yeah.
And that's why this drill about writing down everything you've done over the last 24 hours, right, is so critical. And so and the thing is that the things that we should be doing, most people are, they have a little bit of hesitation, like they don't want to pick up the phone and make a connection and ask for business. And that's the only thing that's going to get you to the next level. All this other stuff, you can learn everything, and if you can't just do that little action, you'll never get the success level you want. And often when I look back at myself, I got stuck in that, oh, I worked 15 hours today, but what did I actually do to create new opportunities and new business? And that's so, like, I challenge everybody out there, figure out what you're doing that makes you the best and highest results with your time when you really analyze it, and just do that for 80% of your day, your work day, right? Because think about the shift. You're spending 10% of your day working on the important tasks, where you should be spending 80% of that time doing that 10% task you're doing now. So that's like the easiest thing to do, but also the hardest thing, because people they don't get it. And there's like this, well, I'm doing my busy work and I'm really doing work, but they're not doing anything that's going to get them to where they need to be. As entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
that aren't W2, we fall into that trap, that because I've been in sales my whole life, where I'm spinning my wheels doing things that aren't going to bring me the next deal, the next sale. So just focus on the money making activities, and it's going to get you to the next level. And it's so easy, but nobody does it.
I know. Yeah. It's that, the focus, like, Beau, we have talked about. It's, of course, the burning desire, it's the commitment, and it's the focus. If we really have figured out our whys, now we can get into that deal. Many times why we don't do too many things that we need to do is that we are just not sure why we are going to be doing it. See, if we really picture ourselves on a trajectory to increase our business, on a higher level, look at the history. If we keep on doing the same habits, same things, same initiatives that we were doing in our business for the last 5 years, we'll probably get the same results, right? That's the word of insanity. If we keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and expect different results, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. We're gonna get the same results or worse results, because, as you know, the law of degrading right there, after a certain time, the same efforts give you less results. And that's why we need to really focus on getting ourselves excited and looking at our business, looking at our life, and writing down. I mean, the biggest thing I think that, which really helped me a lot, is to conceptualize ideas, writing down on paper, and then taking massive action. You got to not worry about anything. Live life without fear. I mean, if I can mention just those two words, no fear, guys, focus and no fear. That's all it is. What are we afraid of, right, Bo? What are we really afraid of? If we pick up
What
the phone, if we get a rejection, so what? So what?
exactly? It there's really it's no secret formula. It's the fact that the people that succeed they're the ones that are willing to do what the others won't do. It's as simple as that. Whatever your goals are, if you want to buy a single family home to convert to an Airbnb property and make rental income that way, if that's your first goal, you need to be finding properties. You need to be going onto the Airbnb sites and checking data and seeing what they could rent for a day and doing an analysis. It's that simple. If you want to buy a multifamily property, you got to start looking at deals. You start saying, okay, this one, why does this look good? Okay, let's Google the area. Okay, let's see the population growth. Let's see the job growth. Let's look at the checklist of why this would be a good property. Let's get the trailing 12, right? Let's get
Yeah.
the rent roll.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go through Vinney's tutorials. Let's figure out how to put it into the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And then let's see where we're having some stumbling blocks. Let's reach out to Vinney's team and say, hey, can you look at this spreadsheet? This seems to be a good deal. I just want somebody that's bought in a lot of properties to look at it and verify the facts,
Sure.
and then do your due diligence and acquire the property and raise money and so forth. But people get caught up on, okay, like I need to know everything. You're never going to know everything. You got to just do it. I'm one of those people too, so I can talk from experience that I have more knowledge about so many different things, but until you actually just go, okay, boom, like let's get to the finish line. Let's get one bought and sold. Like let's get one bought, let's turn it around and sell it, right? Like you're never going to do it until you just, like everybody wants to be a real estate investor. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to make passive income,
Mhm.
but we have to do these steps. Like whatever it is, just go get it. Be like one, your eyes on the prize and you stick with it. And that's been my problem. So I can speak for me and a lot of wannabe entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs. They're all in the same bracket. There's not really there's no difference. You and I, there's the
Yeah.
difference is that you just took it and you went for it and you said, okay, this is the same thing as buying a house. There's a couple more things I have to look at, but now you're able to do deals with multiple zeros more than I do because it was in your mind that you're going to do it, right? And that's what people need to get. And that's what I need to get.
So true. But what you just mentioned, I mean, anybody who's listening or watching us, they could see that, if you buy 20 different homes, and a lot of people are in that boat, they want to get that cash flow, but 20 different transactions, 20 different places to go and take care of problems and things like that, 20 different residents, I never say tenants, to collect, checks and delinquencies and this and that. That's what it really kind of showed me a way 14 years back when, being a logical mind engineer, mechanical engineer, I said, holy cow, this makes sense. This multifamily is the way logically to get all 20 homes in one place or 50 homes in one place, one transaction, one loan, and have property manager to take care of it and a lead maintenance to take care of whatever situation, and I'm home free. That's what really got me started. And now we are reaching about 4,000 doors. That's just ridiculous. But the thing is, what you're just saying is so right. We need to look at what's the best use of our effort. What's the best, way we can scale up. I always have believed, I've been in sales, Beau, just like you, buddy, right from the get-go. I'm a mechanical engineer, right? Came with this country with $7. But after I went through George Washington University MBA marketing and sales program, it changed my life. And then I sold books, as you know, Bible books and encyclopedias door to door. That gave me the strength that I could really learn how to be persistent and rejection, how to overcome rejection, work hard 80 hours a week. I used to work 80 hours, not 40, 80 hours a week for 3 months in a row. You have to during the summer and make lots and lots of money and so forth. So, kind of coming back to the point, you're right. If we can decide today, and I hope we'll turn lots of our audiences into deciding today, if they can really change their life, it's today they got to make a decision. It's today that they can do it. It's today that they cannot take any excuse on their table out, throw it out, and make that mind that, today is the day I'm going to take care of my life and start the miracle morning and start a new person and be looking into my direction that I want to take my life to for tomorrow, because we are the CEO of our life. We are the CEO. Nobody's going to give us any other job. Nobody's going to take care of our body. Nobody's going to take care of our mind. Nobody's going to take care of our everything we do. We do what we do, and we are in control. So we need to be the one who is really making that decision and making our life the better.
So why don't we do this? Let's set a challenge for everybody whoever ends up, watching this out on the replay, like for this week,
Yeah.
you know, t- take one challenge, right? One goal of yours, one
Yes.
thing to implement that will take you one step further to your goal, and
Yes.
just do it. So whatever it is, by next Friday,
Yeah.
every day going forward, that when you're waking up, that's your one thing, your one thing you're going to do, your one thing that you're really going to focus on. So let's all pick something, and by next Friday, let's see the results we're able to get, right? Let's see what we can accomplish in a week by just focusing on one thing. Okay, obviously we got to take care of day to day, but you
Mhm.
wake up and that's that one thing. You might do an hour of that one thing in the morning and get it done with that marketing or whatever you're going to do, or analyzing a deal, whatever it is. Let's see where we are at next Friday. I'm still thinking what I want to do for sure, as my goal for the week. But let's just break it down to that simple. Each week we set a goal for ourselves on the show,
Yes.
and we see what we're able to accomplish in one week, 7 days, right?
That is
By just putting a little bit of focus on something.
That's so great what you're saying. Yeah, Bo. I mean, everything starts from taking baby steps. Our habits, our mental energy, our everything, our schedule, it's set in certain way. Thank you for doing that. Just one thing. That's all we are saying. And that one thing will change you because in 7 days, it takes 21 days to change the habit. But
Yeah.
once you take one, in 21 days, you'll be great at three things. And that's going to transform your life. And that is what is really needed. It's needed because you got to understand that is the way we can grow and develop.
Okay, so let me give you some examples real quick. So if you're in a multifamily or you're getting started, okay, maybe your 1 week challenge is to find an emerging market and research it, population growth, demographics, what companies are moving in, what the average rent is, what a one bedroom goes for, what a two bedroom goes for. Okay, that could be your one thing for this week, right? You could easily do that in probably 2 hours, but give yourself the week to really know the market, put it in a Dropbox folder.
Yep.
Now you have a complete beginning study of a market. It could be whatever market you're interested in that looks like it's got potential, and know it. And then the next week could be, okay, I'm going to hone in on a zip code, right, Vinney? I'm going to hone
Yep.
in the zip code and look for multifamily properties just this week.
Yep.
I'm going to pull county records. I'm going to see every apartment that's 50 to 150 or 300 units. And I'm
Yep.
going to make a list. I'm going to research who the owner is, right?
Yep.
By a month, think about how much progress has been made, right? Like a tremendous amount. Okay, so like that's just the 1 week sprint. We could call it a 1 week sprint, right? With Vinney, right? Every week, and by the end of the year, you've done 52 sprints, right? There's
Yep.
52 weeks a year, and
Wow.
think about how much you've accomplished. So whatever that goal is, let's reverse engineer anything, right? Like that's what I'm a good thinker when it comes to like, okay, like how, for example, like, how can we raise a ton of money the easiest way, right? And then it's like, okay, let's find people that we can that would be a good fit that we can get to know, that can bring tremendous value, that can align with our interest to bring in a ton of money into different ventures, that different apartment complexes and things, that or different syndications. So who are the people we want to meet that could bring tremendous value and can bring in additional capital projects, and that's interested in syndication and multifamily, right? So that could be my activity. I go out and say, okay, this week I'm going to identify the people that I want to set up appointments with Vinney.
Yes.
Vinney can help me close build a relationship and bring them into our umbrella of power partners, right? So that could be mine. I mean, there's so many things but you got to figure what your main goals are, and then what activity you're going to do for this week, and then you're just one tracked on that, right? And that'll achieve more results than being scattered on 20 different objectives.
So true, Bo. And you're so right about it. The multifamily syndication academy that I opened up, and multifamily academy, same thing. It's got so many great lectures that I've given, and a lot of students are crushing it. So, you all, anybody listening or watching us, and in the show notes, We'll put the links also to reach Beau and Vinney, of course, so that you can learn from us. That's one thing. By joining my academy, you could partner with us. That's amazing. Like Beau just said, you and invest with us, right, Beau? They can invest with you, they can invest with us both, and all that. But the partnership is a huge one. I want to kind of share that with them. What Beau is talking about is that you might have a circle of pre-existing friends who are high net worth people around in the Bay Area, in Silicon Valley, in California, in USA, in the world. you know, and the key thing is a lot of those investors are looking to diversify. That's the word, diversify in the retirement plans. We have 26 trillion with a T, trillion dollars of money in retirement plans. Only 3% at this time is diversified into real estate because the stock market, the big market space, they doesn't let you. You can invest in REITs, but you cannot do self-directed retirement plans. So that is something that Beau is talking about. If you would like to diversify, reach out to Beau. Please reach out to Beau, and we can put you in touch with so that you could convert your retirement plan. If you have cash, that's great, and you can then put it into the self-directed retirement plan and then invest in our deals. We don't have a deal right now, but as soon as we get it, we just closed on the one in Orlando, $52 million one, but we are working on several deals. But please reach out to Beau and me so that we can get the ball rolling for you.
Yeah, I think the thing is start building relationship based, right? Like you're only gonna grow by meeting other like-minded people and learning and sharing with them. And that's, let me just do a quick plug here for REI Bar Camp, guys. So I've been running a
Yes.
local investor group for a long time, and we have different speakers come in. So on September 28th, if you go to reibarcamp.com, you can register for the event. And you're gonna have about 250 people, somewhere in there. We have unbelievable speakers that are coming, and I don't like to say speakers because a bar camp, I kind of got this idea from it's from technology companies. They had a bar camp where we have breakout sessions. You have whatever you want to learn about. If you want to learn about multifamily, if you want to learn about Airbnb, if you want to learn about passive investing, we have 4 different breakout rooms going on. We also have a big stage where we're going to do some keynote presentations. But this is honestly probably the best event that you can go to for the dollar, because this year we're charging $97 because we're paying all the overhead to rent the space, and we bring in lunch and all this stuff. So the best $100 you can spend, you get to a network with Vinney. He'll be there doing several breakout sessions. He's also doing a big keynote motivational talk, which is going to bring a lot of energy. We have David Green from Bigger Pockets. Everybody knows David locally, right? He's a
Yes.
guy that's really crushing it. Really smart guy. We have Daniel Ramsey.
Yeah.
He is the owner of myoutdesk.com. He's got thousands of virtual assistants that work for his company, and he helps business owners scale their business by using not OPM, other people, right?
No,
Like to scale your business, right? Like how can you grow? How can I start finding deals? Then once I learn how to like set up a system, then I give it to my virtual assistant to do, or I can give my virtual assistant other tasks to do, right? Because my time's worth more than what I can pay somebody in the Philippines, right? I can pay somebody in the Philippines $5 to $9 an hour, where my time's worth 100, 2, 3, 4, $5,000 an hour, right, guys? We got to start thinking like business owners, so that you're going to learn about that. You're going to have local house flippers on how they're doing their business. You're going to get the network. So this is from 9 to 3, and then after that, we do a happy hour down the street, and we can kind of unwind, build more relationships. So it's probably the best day you could spend. reibarcamp.com. Get your ticket now. I'm telling you, it's not just because I'm the one that kind of hosts the event, but honestly, you're going to get tremendous value out of it. And Vinney and I met 2.5 years ago at a real estate event, right?
Yes, we did.
Right.
We did.
Think about the opportunities that have been created just because I met you. I didn't know who the heck you were. And I said, I took you to lunch and with a couple other people, and I'm like, oh my God, you do all of this. You know, you're buying all these big apartment complexes. You're buying millions and millions of dollars of. You own 3,000 something doors. It's just crazy, right? And then we started a friendship, and
Sure.
now you mentored me. You're teaching me. You're helping me get up. You're helping me level up to a different level.
Oh.
And then I'm bringing in some valuable people
You
to
have
meet
helped
with
me
you.
so
And,
much, bro. You
right.
have helped me so much. I want to really say that publicly. I mean, I'm so humbled to get to know you and who you are and your context and everything. And we are just in so many different things that we are doing, joint ventures and things. I can't believe it. Maybe one day we'll have a TV show. I still have that in my mind.
It's
You know,
coming, believe it. Yeah, it's gonna
and
come.
it's gonna be exciting journey, guys. Please do come on that show. I mean, on that camp, which is on September 28th. Remember, this is $97 now, early bird special. It's gonna go more price as we get closer to the date. So please get your ticket right now. It might go to double or even triple because a lot of people would like to come there. We have a big following, so don't miss out. Don't miss out, but get your tickets right away.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye bye. Take care. Have a great one. Rock on.